Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I have a fun little project using several of the new release items from Scrappiness. So I've gone ahead and cut out all of my pieces and have them ready to go, but I'm going to show you where they came from. So I'm using the little blue polka dotted paper here for the Easter wishes, and I cut the Easter wishes out of this new die set. It is the Easter wishes and a bushel of Bunnies craft dies. And so I just cut out the Easter wishes from this, and I didn't use any of the other die, part of the die. Now I will link below to the Scrappiness shop, and I will list all of the products that I'm using. So this is a border die from Scrappiness. I'm not sure if this one's still in the shop. This is an older one, but you could find something else to cut it. But this is going to be my grass, and I just used the green polka dotted paper from the Crafty Quokka's paper pack. I also cut out the kissing booth. And this one was the new release for Valentine's. So it's a kissing booth, but today, instead of a kissing booth, it's going to be a vegetable stand. I also cut out the banner. I cut two of the banners out from this set. And I love the wood grain that is impressioned onto your kissing booth when you cut it out. And I did just ink the die itself to get that wood grain a little bit darker looking. So let's just start out putting all the pieces together, and then I'll show you the rest of the items that I cut out. So for the little banner, I cut out a darker pink, and then I cut out the striped paper. And the reason for that is just to add a little shadow behind my banner. I like to layer it up like this. It just adds a little bit more dimension to the banner. And so I just glue them together, and you can just see I leave a little bit of the pink edge showing. You really don't see that much of it. It's just a little shadow behind it, just to add a little bit more dimension to this banner. And so then I'm just going to attach the banner to the kissing booth. This is a fun project. I love doing little projects like this where I pull out a bunch of dies and create one item. And so this card was really fun. I think this card would be great for Easter, but this could also be a cute little birthday card or a thank you note. So I thought it was a lot of fun. So I'm just attaching the banner here, and I am using my tweezers from Scrappiness to help me get this banner on, and it fits perfectly across the kissing booth. So next I have the little bunny face that I cut out, and this is a new die in the shop, and this one is the Peking Bunny craft dies. And so you have his little face here that I cut out, and then I've gone ahead and cut out his eyes, his nose, and his little cheeks, and all those little bits and pieces there. And then I also cut out his little paws. And so for the face, I cut it all out of white cardstock, and then I just inked it the colors that I wanted for his face. And then I also just used gray cardstock for the bunny's face and paws, but then I brought in some, I'm thinking gray ink. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I made this. I used a little bit of gray and I think a little bit of black ink to add a little dimension onto the edges of the bunny, just to add a little shadow to him. So now I'm just attaching the little paws, and on the paws you can see the little, like where the little nails would be. So for there, I just used a little ink pen, a black ink pen, just to draw in those little paws there. I have the on the die cut, it has the grooves in it. It leaves, like an impression in it, and so it's easy to add those. And I added a little pink to the ears as well. That die has all the bits and pieces for your bunny. I also cut out a couple of carrots, and this is from the Carrot Fun craft dies. Like I said, this is going to be a little vegetable stand. I did cut out a third one, but I decided I'm only going to use two. And then that is the top of the carrot, the little leafy part. I cut that out. And here is the cardstock that I've cut down. So I'm going to try to give you the measurements for this. And it's similar to the card that I showed you during our Easter hop. I just used the same background, the same dimensions and everything for that. And all I did was just change the focal point. And so it shows you how many ways you can create a card just using one sketch. So I've cut down my blue cardstock to 5 1/4 by 4. And then I've cut down the top piece here, this yellow plaid. It is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. Then the pink dotted paper is 3 3/4 by 1.5, and then the bottom green is 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. I've layered those onto my card, and now I'm adding another piece of blue cardstock that measures, I'm going to have to measure that for you. It measures about 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then inside that we have a 3 by 4 white piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to now layer up my scene for my little vegetable stand, and then I will attach that to the card. So I want to add my little bunny first. So I start out by just adding a little bit of glue to the top of his ears so that I can get him adjusted to where I want him peeping out from the vegetable stand. And so I'll attach his little ears first, and then I'll come back up under his little paws and add a little bit of glue. Once I get them where I want them, I'll add a little bit of glue so that they are stuck down as well. But I'm using liquid glue for this because it gives you a little bit of time to move everything around and adjust it, because I wanted his little chin and his little paws to be hanging over the vegetable stand, and I just had a certain look that I was going for. And so I think that's absolutely adorable. So now I'm just going to add the green grass across the bottom of my little kissing booth or vegetable stand. And what I do is I just have it longer than the piece. I'll add it and then I'll just trim it off to the length that I want it. And then I'm just going to layer up my carrots onto the front of the stand, and I'm just going to put the carrots on, 2 of the carrots on one side, and then I'm just going to take the leafy top of the other carrot and I'm just going to add it at the bottom on the other side. Now for these carrots, I did, when you cut those out, it leaves impressions on your carrots to add more dimension to them, and you can see the little lines. So all you have to do then is just go in and ink those lines, and it shows up even more, and it's just perfect for the vegetable. It makes it look so more realistic. So I did realize that I don't like the gap that's behind the bunny there, because there's no body behind there and it looks kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is just come in with a little square piece of cardstock, and I just use the die that's in the kit. There's a rectangle die in that kit. I just use that to cut out this brown piece of cardstock, and that makes the stand look a little bit more solid. And then I'm just going to pop it up using some foam dots and attach it to the front of my card. And I think that that is absolutely adorable. But now we're not just going to make any basic card. So let's make an easel card. So all I've done is taken a piece of white cardstock and cut it in half, and then I have just scored the front half of it. It's an A2 size card that I can't even think of the style, but it opens from the bottom up. And so I've just scored halfway down the middle of the front of the card and folded it down to make my easel. And then I'm just adding another piece of the cardstock here to look like the grass, and that's going to help when our easel card is open to stay open. Now for the Easter wishes, I did layer the wording on top of 2 or 3 layers of 110-pound cardstock. I can't remember now. I think it's just 3 layers. I think there's 2 layers of white cardstock and then 1 layer of the blue. So I've just layered that up and put that on the bottom of my card. And like I said, you could change this. Where I put the Easter wishes, you could just add happy birthday or thanks or anything like that. This could even make a cute baby card, like a congratulations for a baby shower, depending on the theme of the baby shower. So now I'm just adding some double-sided tape using my ATG. So you just add the glue or tape on the bottom half of your card. You want to leave the top half loose, so you don't want your piece to stick to that top, because when you fold it up, you're not going to have an easel card if you do that. Your easel card won't work. So I'm just attaching it really good. And when I added my tape, I forgot that I'd left a little bit of a frame for the white. So it's very easy. I'm just rubbing it off. And there we have our easel card. I love how this turned out, and I love all of the dies in the new release and what all you can do with them. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed watching me create this card. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask me in the comment section below. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. And if you'd like to see some other cards, check out my other videos. I have quite a few videos creating cards on my channel now, so be sure to check those out. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.